What is so special about this special hobby? Hello and welcome, dear skilled modelers, to my small hobby YouTube channel. My name is Toma, and today we're going to be taking a look at a company called Special Hobby. So here in front of us, all here, and still somewhere in the back here and here, we have a bunch of model airplane kits from a company called Special Hobby. Now they are a Czech-based company, and they make pretty awesome models. The reason that they fell into my radar, as I would say it, is because they were very affordable and they offer a lot for the money. Before we go into the review, a quick disclaimer. These kits are not a gift, nor they were sent to me by Special Hobby for review. I work in a hobby shop, so we ordered these kits from our suppliers, and I found them interesting enough to show it to you guys. So let's begin. Special Hobby is a Czech-based company that has a huge assortment of models, and you can check them out at www.specialhobby.eu. They have really a bunch of models that other manufacturers might not even tackle. Quality of the molds is similar to that of Edward, although some kits might need a little bit more refining, but I'm guessing that those are a little bit older. The majority of these kits that you see here have a full color manual except for one, and some even have photo etch parts included in the kit, which is super awesome for the value. Best thing about these kits is that they're super affordable. Even if you don't live in the Czech Republic, you can find them at really reasonable prices. Most of these kits here are less than 25 euros, and the majority go below 20. I have never built any of these models in the past, so I don't really know how well they go together. If some of you have, please leave a comment below and tell everybody your thoughts. All that is left now is to open these boxes up, show you the contents, and then we're done.
Behold, the boxes of goodness.
In front of us, on top of this little table of mine, lie so many different model airplanes from history. This one I find most interesting, which is the Messerschmitt ME-262 and we have this little glider thing, which I found really interesting, and we have of course the Stuka with the photo etch stuff, and we got the Spitfire Mark 21, Spitfire F Mark 21, and then we got a trainer, and we got these little Folland Gant F.1, and we got the Kittyhawk, and another glider, and we got the Arado, and we got the Donier, and we got the Gloster Meteor Mark 4. And I thought we would start with this little kitty hawk face. The box art is really good on all the kits. The drawn picture is really nicely presented, and the box itself is pretty sturdy and pretty good. So let's just open her up and see what's inside, right? All the kits come in a big box like this, well, big or small box anyway, and everything is in one big bag. Whether or not that is a good thing or not, it depends on the preference of the model builder, but that's how it comes. So let's open this bag up and see what's inside. The first sprue that contains the wing section and part of the fuselage, actually two parts of the fuselage, is not disappointing at all. As you can see clearly, the panel lines are pronounced. The plastic is nice and sturdy, thick. It's not like very flimsy, and this looks to be a very good aircraft. The second sprue that contains many other smaller pieces is also very well presented and produced, molded, extruded, whatever you call it. You can see all the little fine details on the little, I think these are external fuel tanks. I'm not really sure, but I think they are. There is a little bit of flashing on some of the parts, but it's not really that bad at all. And the cockpit is also pretty well defined in this small 70-second scale. There's little bombs and arsenal, and the huge panels for the instruments. Okay, the clear parts on this particular kit are also very well designed and reproduced with clear lines. We have some detail, surface detail, and so you can mask this pretty well off, and it will probably not cause you any pain. Decals themselves are nice, big, round, very well printed. I can take it a little closer so you can see. I didn't take it from the back as you don't really need to. I think that you can look at this pretty well from afar, and I think that you will agree with me that this is pretty well printed. Okay, let's move to the next model. For the second model that we're going to take a look at is this little Messerschmitt ME-209 V1. It's a very unique airplane, and I thought we'd take a look at this. On the back you can see the paint scheme that you can have, you know, the German blue and pretty just white, or I think metallic combo. And the box itself is pretty well and sturdy. So let's just open her up. And just like the Kittyhawk, this is a 72nd scale model, but this is such a small one. Look at the tiny version of this little airplane in the fuselage. The story is basically the same. You have the fuselage and the wings on one sprue, and the control surfaces, and then of course all the other surfaces and command and control thing and propellers on the other. This one is a little bit less detailed than the Kittyhawk, but I think this might be an experimental aircraft where not a lot of information was available at the time. Up close and personal, I guess. And just like the Kittyhawk, this Messerschmitt certainly does not disappoint at all with its level of detail and precision of casting or molding. The canopy is in one solid piece, and it's basically just like the canopy on a Kittyhawk. Clear, cool, well defined. It has a groove so you can mask it off, and I'm not going to take it from the back because it doesn't need to be, but you get the idea. The decals are also very well printed here as well. You have the little German swastika barely visible because you can probably make it, you know, a full one if you wish, once you paint it up and you just mask it and, you know, do it with an airbrush. But you know, it's there, it's cool, it's nice and crisp, it's pretty well printed. So let's take a look at another one. For the third model, I chose to look at the Stuka. Yeah, I know it's a Stuka, just like a Spitfire. It's a very popular aircraft, but this one is a little bit different because it has some photo etch parts inside. That's why I wanted to show you guys this thing. Well, the Stuka is no doubtably a very big airplane, much bigger than the Messerschmitt one that we saw just previously. The molds here are a little bit lacking in quality. Some of the pieces are a little bit dodgy, but not that bad actually. They're still great. I mean, you're not gonna be disappointed if you buy this. Here, and here's the other piece, the other sprue. You see the panel lines are nicely detailed and presented. Here, yeah, see on the tail section there's a little bit of that flashing going on, and on the smaller pieces as well there is visible excess plastic that you need to remove, but still I think it's a very nice model. So the last big sprue of course contains the huge wing surfaces. Stuka does have the huge wings. And then we have the big decals, the big German crosses. Due to censorship, again, the swastika is just, you know, a square with missing center pieces, so you kind of have to fill those gaps if you want to. But here, look at that. You get some photo etch stuff, and it's really nice for this kind of price range. You actually get photo etch stuff. So cool. Like the belt buckles, and I think this is some sort of a mesh, and some interest in the crosshairs for the machine gun. Wow, really nice, really nice. Kudos to them. And of course then we have the big canopy with lots of smaller windows which you can mask off, and they are, yes, it's textured, so you can just put little tiny gaps of masking tape all around the edges and get a great finish. So that's super cool. This kind of broke away, but I don't think this is a part of the structure of the airplane. This is just some part of the sprue that kind of came off. I believe so. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's just a piece of sprue that broke off somewhere, but pretty nice, pretty nice. Okay, so let's see what else is here. Oh my god, look at that. It even has some resin cast parts. My god, that is really pushing it. I mean, for what, 23 euros you get, you know, you get stuff. If you ever want to, you know, detail up your aircraft, but you didn't want to spend a ton of money on parts, extra parts, this one is the way to go. This is really an impressive one. So great. Okay, let's move on. So the next model that we're going to take a look at is this little Eton, and as a bonus, this one, the SG-38 Komar. I think Komar means mosquito, but they're both gliders and they're both unique, you know, and this is how they look on the back. It's a full color manual with various markings, as you can see on the backs. It's a very simple model, so let's quickly take a look at this one first, because it's just basically one sprue, and if you're a beginner, I think this would be a perfect model for you to start, because it's not a lot of parts at all. So everything is just one big sprue, and we got some photo etch parts here, so let's take a look. Right, so the control surfaces and the wing surfaces, super detailed. You can feel all these grooves and all the ribs of the aircraft, so you can practice shading and pre-shading and making it look transparent as it would be if it would be a real airplane. You have this nice little notches here for the ailerons, which you can really pronounce with some panel liners, and of course the body itself. It's super thin. I mean, this is the thickness of the sprue, so you're probably gonna be you have to be very careful when you're cutting this out so you don't bend or break something, but it's super detailed. And we got some small things. If it focuses a little bit, oh come on, okay, you can see little pieces that go on top of the wings and on the structure, and all these little very delicate pieces. As you can see on the box art, there's a lot of little wires that you can you have to put here. So a beginner might just build the overall shape, and a more advanced person or intermediate might even tackle some of these rigging wires. What else is here? So yeah, of course we have the photo etch stuff. Yes, super fine. So let's take a look at the photo etch stuff and the decals. Decals are super fine, aren't they? They're just great. Nicely printed, very well designed. They look awesome. And then we have, of course, this little photo etch stuff that you get, and these are little pinholes, so you can thread the wire through, or well, not the needle, but you know, the string that represents the wire, the rigging. So that is super nice. So this one, 72nd scale Komar aircraft. We have the instruction manual that's kind of stuck inside. Yeah, it's still colored. It's fully colored. Wow, that's great. So you got all the markings: Czech, German. I think it's another. It's the Soviet, I believe. Maybe it's even a Soviet one. It doesn't have a star on it. But yeah, super great. Okay, so it's a little tiny sprue. It's a little tiny plane. Yeah, look at that. It's the decals. You can just take a look at them. Czech, German, and just the red. Oh, might be. Okay, just like the previous one, this one is packed full of detail, just like the one. But this time we have kind of a cover for the cockpit, because this is, you know, exposed to the elements, but this kind of goes over it, so it protects the pilot. And again, you can play around with shading and pre-shading and make it look more realistic, as if it would be a real airplane. And the plastic doesn't disappoint. It's nice and thick plastic. It's very similar to Tamiya type of plastic with their figures. So yeah, look at that. Overall, I'm very impressed. And we get the other one. Oh, actually, I didn't notice you can build 2. Wow, I've just noticed this. So yeah, you get 2 for the price of 1. So yay for that. And there's no photo etch stuff, but we got the decals that we already saw. So yeah, 2 for the price of 1. Who would have thought? Look at that. That's so great. So this is the Gloster Meteor Mark IV World Speed Record Holder. Wow, look at that. It's a very bright, shiny box. Catches your eye. So let's open her up and see what's inside. And you can see a whole bunch of sprues again in one big bag, and the color manual. Let's take a look at this first. So you got the history again, and of course the breakdown of stuff. And you have photo etch parts here. Wow, that's great. And how it's assembled, really nicely presented, really nicely. And you can have options, super fine. You can have a military version of this one as well. Great stuff. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at the spruce, right? Wow, this is really nice. Looking at it from up close, it's just and beautiful. Nice sprues, clearly designed. Even the instrument panel, this is insane. Look at that. There's so many details on this little side control panel. Wow. You will not be disappointed if you grab hold of this one and of course build it up, not just put it in a box on a shelf and have it for display, but it's super cool. Okay, so we have another huge wing surface area, back tail, super great. And we have the rest of the sprues, well, like the rest of the sprue actually, that contains the upper and bottom portion of the main fuselage wings, as well as internal parts, and I believe this is the engine, because it has some wires and stuff. So great. It's beautifully cast. I mean, not cast, it's extruded, I believe. It's like a process where they inject plastic into a mold. So nice. Lots of detail. There's a little bit of stuff here which I don't understand what this is supposed to be, but that's nothing. Super great. Okay, we have a canopy. Nice canopy with details, so that's great, so you can mask it off easily. And where's the photo etch? Oh yeah, we have the meshes. I think this might be the engine meshes. Photo etch parts, super. What is this black? Oh, this is a mask. Oh, this is a masking. Wow, look at that. You get masking tape. Great. And of course the decals themselves. Man, guys, these models, you gotta check them out. I mean, I'm not sponsored by Special Hobby at all, but I just enjoy a very well made model, and I'm tempting to show you guys another one. So okay, we'll take a look at just one more, and then, you know, the video is going too long, so let's just take a look at another one. So for the last one, I decided to show you this one, a 72nd scale model of the Finnish and Yugoslav service Folland Gant F.1. Why? Well, because of this, of course, Yugoslavia. So you have various versions of this aircraft that you can paint and mark with markings that are actually inside, and this is super great. All the boxes, I mean, all the models that I've showed you today, they're not going to disappoint, no matter which one you're going to buy. So yeah, okay, so the assembly instructions, clear as day. You see how it goes together pretty nicely. It's a little bit of a short manual for this one, but the markings and the color schemes are pretty well visible, and you can paint it as however you please. Okay, so we have the sprues again in one big bag, and let's take a look. The main sprue that contains the fuselage, the wings, and some of the control surfaces, as well as the bits and bobs that go all over the this little aircraft are on this one big sprue. Of course, this is the arsenal sprue as well. Super nice. Panel lines well defined. No crap, no crud. Super nice mold. The plastic is nice and firm. It feels good even when you're holding it. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It's great. I mean, there are certain cases where you have to kind of have a little bit of a touch-up and cleanup, but that's, you know, normal. It's not accessible or access in any way or form. These are very well done. And then we have a sprue with an other arsenal of stuff. We have, focus here. Look at that. Even the finest little details are super well designed. And you can probably drill out these holes and make them even more pronounced so they look more realistic. You just put a ton of black inside so it looks the bomb, the business, the shizzle. And you got the little landing gear, actually the wheels on the landing gear. Wait, come on, focus. Ah! Come on. What the hell? Okay. We got the wheels here. The control panel on the instrument panel. The instrument panel is nothing special here, and on this one it's just a couple of little holes in the dash, but you know, you can't have it all. It's a 72nd scale model, so you really can't complain that much. They've done an excellent job. And we have the motor and the nose cone of the aircraft here. The exhausts, super done. And we have, of course, the canopy pieces. You got two types. Super great. These are nice. And of course, we have the all-important markings for whichever plane you choose to do. Now, this is interesting because you have like the star and the, you know, the circle separated. I don't know why the hell would they do this, because that's just wrong. And the although maybe on the video the top color of the blue is a little bit dark, but even on lights close to me, if I look at it very close, it's a little bit dark. This is, I don't believe it's so dark. It's supposed to be that dark, but yeah, okay. What did they know? Anyway, the star, and that's a little bit, now, why? Maybe you could do like a rustic one where the star faded and you just left with a circle, but that might be a little bit of annoying to align all those things. They could have just printed it. I mean, the decals here I must admit are not as great as on the other kits. I don't know why, but maybe it's just me, but they don't look as great. But anyway, it's okay. So we're done. Are you tired of not being able to subscribe, like, and share a video? Well, you're in luck because you're on the right channel. You can subscribe, click, like, and share as much as you want. In fact, I really hope you do. Thank you so very much for watching if you have been. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you again soon in the next one. Bye-bye.